Hello students, I hope you all would be fine. Today we will be starting a new lesson in English grammar and the name of that lesson is verbs. Very easy chapter. If you listen the lecture peacefully and focusing on, if your focus is on, complete focus is on upon the lecture, then I am sure you will be very nicely knowing all the tips of verbs. Very easy chapter. Only you will have to listen it and pay your attention. See, for what is verbs? Words which denote action of the subject are called verbs. We all know. We are studying from the lower classes, second, third, fourth. What is verbs? Any action doing words or any word which denotes action of the verb. Suppose that if I say Chandan sir is teaching English grammar. Now here the subject is Chandan sir and the verb, what the Chandan sir is doing, what? Chandan sir is teaching. So is teaching is the verb. So the any action which is done by the subject, that is called verb. Any action performing words are called verb. Suppose that see, watch, go, like, come, all these words by which we come to know about the action. This is called verbs. Now types of verb we are going to study. First is transitive verb. Transitive verbs are those types of verb where there is a object. Object means we have to ask the question what to the verb. We have to ask a question by adding what to the verb. Suppose that he packed the bag. Now here what is the verb? Packed. We all know this is the action. Packing is the action. But is this transitive verb or not? We have to ask what did he pack? And the answer we are getting is bag. Bag is the object and pack is the verb, and because the object is here, present here, that is why it will be transitive verb. Where there is object is present, then the verb will be the transitive verb. Suppose that if I say she gave the book to me. Now here what is the action? Gave. Now we will ask the question what? What did she give? And the answer which I get is the book. Now here two objects are there. One is the book and other is me. The book is the direct object, which the answer we are getting by adding what, that is the direct object. What did she give? And the answer, the direct answer that we are getting, that is the book. So that the book is the object, and to me, me is also the object. But me is not the me is not the direct object, it is indirect object. This is indirect object and this is direct object. You should know it. One who is being benefited. Who is benefited by getting the book? I am getting. Me is benefited. So to whom the profit is being transferred, or who is getting the benefit, that is indirect object. She gave the book to me, means me. This word is benefited, that is indirect object, and the direct answer, that is direct object. So here gave is what? It is transitive verb, because here direct object is there. If object is there, then it will be transitive verb, isn't it? So you all came to know transitive verbs are of two types, where there is one object and where there is two objects, one direct and one indirect. In both the case it will be transitive verb. Now here intransitive verb. What is intransitive verb? Where there is no object. The girl smiled. Now what did girl smile? Any answer we are getting? No. The eagle has landed. What did eagle land? Any answer we are getting? No. Where there is no object, we have written here no object. Where there is no object, then the verb will be the intransitive verb. Here smiled and landed are intransitive verb because they have no any object. Where there is no object, then the verb will be intransitive verb, and where there are objects, either one object or two objects, then they will be transitive verb. Now verbs of incomplete predication. Sometimes a sentence is there in which verb is also there, but in the place of object some other words are written. Suppose that the sun shone brightly. The sun shone brightly. Here the verb is shone And now we have to ask, we have to see whether the object is there or not. We have to ask the question by adding what. What did sun shine? Any answer we are getting? No. But brightly is added here. Although brightly is not an object. What did sun shine? The answer is not brightly. देखने में तो ऐसा लग रहा है कि ऑब्जेक्ट है, बट इट इज नॉट द ऑब्जेक्ट. इट इज टेलिंग अबाउट द क्वालिटी ऑफ सन. सो वेयर एनी वर्ड इज added, but that is not the object, but it is telling the quality of the subject, that is not the object. So that type of verb is called verbs of incomplete predication. Suppose that if I say the dog jumped fiercely, the dog jumped fiercely. Now here, what did dog jump? Any answer we are getting? Fiercely is not the answer. So, but when we are seeing, we are thinking that fiercely is the object, but not, fiercely is not the object, but fiercely is telling the quality of the dog, of the subject. That is why where the words which are added other than the objects and which tell about the quality of the subject and they are not the object, in that case the verb will be called verb of incomplete predication, isn't it? Now here, chief parts of a verb. How many types of verbs are there? Means a verb can be used in three types according to the tense: present tense, past tense and future tense. Three tenses are there, we all know. Present tense means the thing which, the action which is going on in running condition. Past tense means the action which has been performed, and the future tense, the actions which has to come, which has to be performed. That is future tense. Suppose that go, present tense go, it will be there, but its form will be changed. If I am using it in past tense, that will be went, and future tense when we will be if we will use, then we will use will go. Gone is the past perfect. This is past perfect, isn't it? And future, if we will say will go, it will be there. Will go. Future tense is this. Past perfect is gone, isn't it? Now here, auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verbs are helping verbs. Those verbs which are used with the main verbs. Suppose that if I say main verbs are what? Those whose form can be changed. Suppose that I say go, its form will be changed. Go, went, gone. Come, came, come. See, saw, seen. Watch, watched, watched. Means their forms are continuously changing. Those verbs whose forms are changed, they are the main verbs. And those verbs which come with the main verb for helping purpose, that are called auxiliary verbs or helping verbs. Suppose that be means be में is, am, are, was, where सब आता है. Is, am, are, was, were. Suppose that he is laughing. Now laughing is the verb, but is what? Is also a verb, but it is a helping verb, auxiliary verb. So in be is and was both come. Is, am, are, was, were. All the things come in be. So be, do, can, have. Besides all these things, some other words are also there. May, might, could, should, shall. All these words, ought to, all these words which come with the main verb as a helper, those types of verbs are called auxiliary verbs. They convey the mood. Suppose that if I say I may go, मैं जा सकता हूँ. I will go, मैं जाऊँगा. Both the sentences are different. Their moods are different. I shall go, मुझे जाना चाहिए. सबका अलग अलग मतलब है, सबका अलग अलग मूड है. So those words which convey the mood, that are called auxiliary verbs. Now here, weak verbs and strong verbs. What is weak verbs? Those verbs whose forms can be changed, but in the changed form only d, ed and t are added. Suppose that if I say feed, the past tense of feed will be fed, only d is added. Suppose that if I say land, the past tense of land will be landed, only ed is added. Suppose that if I say bend, B-E-N-D, the past tense of bend will be bent, only T is added. Where the verb, when its form is changed, we have to add only D, Ed and T. Those types of verb are called weak verbs. Where D, Ed, T only small or En, these types of words are only added in the last. Those types of verbs are called weak verbs. And what is the strong verbs? Anybody can ask you what is strong verbs? When we change the form of the verb, so in that case we have to change the vowels inside the in vowels of the verb also. When we are changing, then it is called strong verb. Suppose that here you say arise, and when we are changing its form it became arose. So see here, arise, I is there na, I is a vowel, a e I o u, we all know that is a vowel. So arise, I is there and I is the vowel here, and now when we are changing its form it became arose. I is converted into o, where the vowel of inside the verb is changed. Vowel has been replaced by one vowel has been replaced by the other vowel. Here arise, I is replaced by o, arose. So that type of verb where vowels are replaced, that type of verbs are called strong verbs. So here no, o is the vowel, and here o is replaced by e, o is replaced by e, no and new. So where the vowels are replaced, those types of verbs are called strong verbs. So this was the whole lesson. And suppose that if I say make the verbs, suppose that if I say large, so this is your common sense, you can say enlarge. Making verb, formation of verbs we can understand by our regular practice. So this was the whole chapter. I think it is very easy if you have listened it quietly. And if there is any problem, you can write on WhatsApp and send me. I will try to resolve that. And exercises I am sending you, and homework you do it properly and prepare for the exam. Thank you and have a wonderful day.